welcome to OXBRIDGE-Learning English with Milon Sir. Dear guys, we are learning about changing of voice, that is active to passive. And today we will know about changing of voice on relative pronouns and relative adverbs. Dear guys, we know about relative pronoun and relative adverbs. However, let's have a look on the board on some of the relative pronouns and relative adverbs. So let's have a look on the board. The first one, 7 common relative pronouns. Here you can see a list of 7 common relative pronouns. You can see on the board. The first one, oo, then then us, then whoever, then whomever, then with, then that. And mind it, here all the time S is silent. So their pronunciation is us, whoever, whomever, with, and that. The second one, here you can see the second one, in some situations, what, when, and where. Here S is also silent, so it should pronounce what, when, and where. So what, when, and where are also used as relative pronoun. Now let's see some adverb here. 3 common relative adverbs. Here you can see on the board 3 common relative adverbs, that is when, where, and why. And we know that when refers time, when refers time, and where refers a place, and why always indicates reason or cause. Now next, see the adverb how. And we know that how is always or commonly used as in what way or to what extent. In what way or to what extent. For example, for in what way, we can say, how can we do it? How did you solve the problem? And for to what extent, we can say, how much do you love your country? How much do you love your country? I think that you have a good idea about relative pronouns and relative adverbs. Dear viewers, now let's see some examples, that is active to passive by using relative pronoun. So let's have a look. On the first one, you can see the first one, relative pronoun who. And the structure we have to follow here by whom, then auxiliary verb, then subject, then past participle form of verb, then the question marks. This is the structure we have to follow. If the sentence begins with relative pronoun who, and we know that this type of sentence is interrogative one, so the structure here we have to follow is by whom, then auxiliary verb, then subject, then past participle form of verb, then question mark. And for example, here you can see, for example, who did the work. Who did the work? The sentence is given in the past tense. So the correct passive form of the sentence is by whom was the work done. Hence it is given in the passive form. Here auxiliary verb was is used. So the correct passive form of the sentence is by whom was the work done. Second example, you can see on the board the second example, who has broken the plates. Who has broken the plates? The answer is by whom have the plates been broken. By whom have the plates been broken. The next one, here you can see the next one, whom. Relative pronoun whom. And the structure we have to follow, or we can follow in this case is who, then auxiliary verb, then past participle form of verb, that is verb 3, then preposition, then object of subject, then question mark. So the structure is followed here is who, then auxiliary verb, then past participle of verb, that is verb 3, then preposition, then object, then question marks. And the example you can see on the board, the example, whom do you like? And the sentence is given in the present simple. So the answer is who is liked by you. Who is liked by you. As it is given in the present simple, I have used here is as an auxiliary verb. So who is liked by you. The second example you can see on the board. Whom are you helping? Whom are you helping? The sentence is given in the present progressive tense or present continuous tense. So the passive voice of the sentence is who is being helped by you, as it is given in the continuous tense or in the continuous form. Here being is used. So who is being helped? Dear viewers, now let's see for the third one. The third one you can see on the board. The third one, with plus noun. The relative pronoun with, then with noun. If you find a structure, if you find a sentence like this with including noun, then it will be remain unchanged. It will be remained unchanged. So the structure here we can follow with plus noun is the unchanged ones, then auxiliary verb, then past participle form of verb, that is verb 3, then preposition, then object of subject, then question marks. And for example, here you can see, for example, which camera did she buy? Which camera did she buy? So how can we change into passive? The passive one, here you can see which camera, and as an auxiliary verb here I have used was as it is given in the past simple tense. So which camera was bought by her? Which camera was bought by her? The second example, here we have, you can see, which pen have you lent? Which pen have you lent? And the correct answer of this sentence is which pen then has been lent by you. Which pen has been lent by you. Now let's go for the fourth one. You can see the fourth one, that is what. What. And the structure for this, we can see the structure what, then auxiliary verb, then verb 3, that is past participle form of verb, then preposition, then object of subjects. And the last one, here we have a question mark. So mind it, the structures what, then auxiliary verb, then past participle of verb, then preposition, then object, then question marks. And for example, I have written, you can see on the board, what does she prepare? What does she prepare? And the answer is, what is prepared by her? What is prepared by her? As it is given in the present simple tense, is used as an auxiliary verb or a helping verb. So what is prepared by her? Her. Then next one, what did they choose? What did they choose? The sentence is given in the past simple. So we have to use here was or were as an auxiliary verb. So after what we have to choose was. So what was chosen by them? And mind it, the past participle form of choose is chosen. The past participle form of choose is chosen. So what did they choose? And the passive form of the sentence what was chosen by them. So the next one, that is number 5th. Here you can see on the board, number 5th, that is the use of why in an interrogative sentence. Here you can see the structure: why plus auxiliary verb, then subject, then past participle form of verb, that is verb 3, then preposition, then object of subject, then question marks. This is the structure that we have to follow for this sentence. If the sentence begins with why, relative adverb why, and we know that relative adverb why indicates reasons or cause. So the first example here, you can see the first example: why do you like it? Why do you like it? And the sentence is given in the present simple, and we know for present simple tense, auxiliary verb and is used after the subject or before the subject. So why is it liked by you? As it is a question mark, an auxiliary verb is used before the subject, that is it. So why is it liked by you? So why do you like it? And the passive form of the sentence is why is it liked by you? The second example you can see on the board: why has he dug the holes? Why he has dug the holes? And the answer here you can see on the board: why have the holes been dug by him? As it is given in the present perfect tense, it takes been in the sentence before the past participle form of the verb. So why have the holes been dug by him? The correct passive form of the sentence, that is why has he dug the holes? So why have the holes been dug by him? Our last structure for today, that is number 6, that is relative adverb how, and it is commonly used, we know, in what way or to what extent. For example, here we have two sentences you can see. At first, have a look on the structure we have to follow here. How, then auxiliary verb, then subject, then past participle form of verb, then preposition, then object of subject, then question marks. So the structure you have to remember: how, then auxiliary verb, then subject, then past participle form, that is verb 3, then preposition, then object of subject. And the first example, you can see the first example: how do they solve the problem? How do they solve the problems? In what way? How do they solve the problem? And the correct answer is how is. How is the problem? And the doer or action, doer or the subject is the problem. So how is the problem is solved by them. How is the problem solved by them? As it is given in the present simple, here it is used as an auxiliary verb. So the next one, that is the last one for today: how did she break the glass? How did she break the glass? How was the glass broken? By her. The sentence is given in the past simple. You can see did before the subject, so it is given in the past simple. So before the subject we have to use was or was or where. As the subject is the singular one, I have used was as an auxiliary verb. So how was the glass broken by her? Dear guys, today we have already known about relative pronoun and relative adverbs in the passive voice. So no more today. I will come back very soon. Thank you.